Hello and welcome to Motorcycle News, and welcome to something a little bit different. This is going to be a bit of a vlog video and my diary of a trip to the Isle of Man TT races. Now this is the first time that I've actually been to the TT on a bike. I've been to the event a couple of times now and I absolutely love the place. It's such an amazing racing spectacle and it's unlike anywhere else on the planet. But as I said, this is the first time I'm going on a bike and I'm dead excited, and I thought I'd bring you along for the journey, just kind of capturing what I get up to, the sort of the mistakes that I've inevitably made, the overpacking that I've done, and just kind of show you around the island and how much of a cool place it is. So join me now for a little bit of a vlog really, just to show you the ups and downs of my trip, where I went, the highlights of the island, a bit of racing action, and just covering off some of the mistakes that I will have inevitably made along the way. So before we get going, I think it would be worthwhile me just showing you what I'm taking on the trip. So I'm going to be riding my long-term test KTM 1290 Super Duke R Evo, which I've been lucky enough to have as part of MCN's 2022 long-term test fleet. But this is KTM's 2022 flagship Super Naked, so it builds on the standard Super Duke R with some semi-active suspension, as you can see from these wires just protruding from the top of the forks. On top of that, it's got an ever so slightly quicker action throttle, but to be honest, I don't really reckon it needs that. It's got 177 brake horsepower, so I'm not really using full throttle on the road all that often. So I've added some of the optional extra luggage for this trip. I've got the soft panniers, which are about 460 quid, and I've got this tank bag, which is about 130 quid as well. So what I'm going to do now is pack up and I'm going to head to Heysham, which is near Liverpool, where I'm going to meet up with our sports editor, Michael Guy. I thought I'd do this video because I just wanted to share some of the things that I'd learned from my time on the island, and also share a few thoughts about the KTM as well from whilst I've been here. Originally this was supposed to be like a daily diary, but the nature of my work whilst I've been here has meant that I couldn't really do that, so I thought I'd bring you a bit of a roundup at the end. So the first place I want to go is I want to talk about the trip here, because the KTM is a Super Naked. It's got no screen, it's got no wind protection, and I thought it was going to be pretty horrible. But actually, on the way here, there was loads of room. It was super comfortable, loads of padding in that seat, nice upright bars, heated grips, cruise control, and it just breezed the 170-mile journey from my house up to Heysham to get the ferry over. Now, that ferry trip, well, that was something new. Never been on a ferry with a motorbike before, and get there in plenty of time, I'd say, because there'll be lots of people there, probably a little bit of confusion, lots of people who haven't done this before, and you know, we're all in the same boat. We're all kind of queuing to get tickets and stuff like that, queuing to get booked in, and yeah, just give it plenty of time. I mean, there might be delays, but if you're there in plenty of time, then you don't have to worry. And then once you get there, you queue up in a line, and then they call you onto the boat, and then you kind of go on in small sort of increments of bikes, and then they strap you in. Then you get off your bike, and then it's a long old trip. It's about 3-4 hours on the boat, so I'd say wear some comfortable riding kit, because I wore one-piece leathers because I like wearing one-piece leathers, but by the end of that I felt like a boil in the bag rice. I was so hot, and to be honest I probably stank a little bit as well, so apologies to anyone who was sat near me on the trip. And once you get here, the island is spectacular. It's such a lovely place. The people are really friendly, and there's so many beautiful parts to the island. You've got the Snaefell Mountain, you've got the beach at Ramsey, you've got Peel, you've got the Laxey Wheel, you've got the historic electric railway that runs from Douglas Prom all the way up the mountain, and you've got some stunning valleys, lakes, loads of wildlife, and of course you've got a 37.73 mile TT course to contend with, and during TT fortnight you've got a shed load of motorbikes to deal with as well. So let's talk about that. Now, if you come to the TT, it'll be the highest concentration of motorcycles on a public road that you'll ever see. I guarantee it. Everywhere you look, there's motorbikes, and that's everything from sports bikes to cruisers to adventure bikes, sidecars, vintage, retro, supermotos, anything you think of, it'll be here. and it's riders of all nationalities as well, some of which who won't be familiar with the UK road network. And I've witnessed a couple of times whilst I've been here, just sort of things, people getting it a bit wrong, and that's fine. We all make mistakes, and I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but you just need to keep your wits about you whilst you're here, just to stay safe, because some people might not be familiar with how a UK roundabout works, or a box junction, or anything like that. So just keep that in mind when you come. And likewise the mountain. Now the mountain is a bit of an enigma in UK roads, because during TT Fortnight it goes one way and you can go as fast as you like, and that is amazing. What a thrill. I did it a couple of times whilst I've been here. You're doing it because you've got no wind protection, so it's lovely to test the bike and stretch its legs, but man oh man, my neck was getting stiff by the end, and thank God I had heated grips just to keep my mitts warm whilst I was riding round. But you do need to keep your wits about you on there, because some people really do try hard. Now, I couldn't have got my kit here without some luggage, and in order to do that I raided the KTM Power Parts optional extras checklist, and I got myself some soft panniers, and I got myself a tank bag as well. Now the tank bag is about £150, and the soft panniers are about 450 quid. We can put the full prices in the video, of course, but both have been superb. The luggage is lockable, and all of the fitting kit is included, and the instructions are online to save waste, so that's good. Even I could fit them. I'm not that good at using tools, and it was a doddle, so you definitely can too. And there was plenty of space to carry everything that I needed, and probably stuff that I didn't need to carry as well. I think in hindsight I'd have brought a few less clothes with me, a few less pairs of trousers, and just slummed it a little bit, maybe smelt bad or something like that, but I didn't, and now I've got to lug loads of clothes home, and I haven't got any space for anything like souvenirs if I wanted to get anything like that, so that's a lesson learned for next time. And then spectating as well. One thing I noticed is lots of people are out spectating really early. People getting to their spots at about 6 AM. Races might not even start till midday, but people are out at 6 AM to get the best spots. So if you come here, make sure you get out of bed in the morning, don't overdo it in the pub the night before, and get down to the spot that you want, because if you get there with an hour to go before the road's shut, it's too late. So make sure you get out of bed, basically. And I just want to quickly cover sort of other things that you can do on the island as well. For example, on the Sunday, when there was no race in between practice and race week, I went down to Ramsey, where they have a sprint race, 35 quid, and you can run what you brung all day, unlimited runs. I had to go on the KTM, and it was a proper laugh. And there's loads of little things like that on the island that you can do during TT Fortnight. It's not all about getting up, watching racing, going to the pub, and repeat for 2 weeks. And it can be if that's what you want, but it doesn't have to be. And this is much more of a family event, and it could be a great family holiday, I reckon. So out of all of this, out of all the people I've met, and all the things I've seen whilst I've been here, the island's a lovely place. The racing is like nothing else, and I've actually been really, really impressed with the KTM, to be fair. As I said, it's a Focus Super Naked that shouldn't be that good at touring, and it's just eating it up. It's the chain went a little bit slack after a while, and we've just had to nip it up and adjust it, but that happens on every motorbike, and I haven't had to adjust it in the nearly 3,000 miles that I've had it so far. One thing I have noticed is the rear tyre's gone fully square now, so when I get back to England I'm going to have to replace that almost straight away. But outside of that, it's been really frugal, it's been really gentle until I don't want it to be, and the semi-active suspension's been great along the mixed lumps, bumps and smooth sections of tarmac on the Isle of Man. So I hope you enjoyed this, and stick around for more updates very soon.